Our first guest tonight is the Emmy-winning creator, co-writer, and star of the critically acclaimed show Abbott Elementary. The season finale airs May 22nd on ABC. Let's take a look.
Take your time and be safe. We'll keep your momentum going so you don't get stuck.
You know what? A little bit of help here. Please.
All right, here you go. Okay.
Thank you. Saved my life.
'Cause I don't know about all that.
No, you did. With my height, that's the equivalent of a two-story fall.
Okay, I guess I did save your life then.
Yeah.
Please welcome back to the show our friend Quinta Brunson, everybody. You know, it's very nice to see you, but every time I see you, I remember the first time you were on this show,
Yes.
the very end, I said, and this is exciting, you have a new show called Abbott Elementary that is going to get picked up at ABC, or maybe you were just shooting a pilot. And it's just been amazing to watch your journey. It's so well-deserved and so exciting to see you.
Thank you. Isn't it not? Look at us now.
Look at us now.
You are renewed until 2028.
Yeah. Because I got nowhere else to go.
That's great. You know how many people are looking for work?
I know.
So nice.
No, I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. You received an Emmy, which is incredible.
Thank you.
And you would think the important thing is receiving an Emmy, but there is this one extra sort of cherry on top when you receive an award, which is who is the person who's giving it to you.
Yes.
Because that's a photo you have forever. And you had the legendary Carol Burnett. What a thing.
Too much.
And she is not just a legend, but she's also one of the sweetest people in the world.
The sweetest woman. I hope she takes this the right way. She's so legendary to me that I thought she was like a hologram. And sometimes people are so legendary, you forget they're real.
Yeah.
And so just taking her in that night was a bit much. And
she told me afterwards, she was like, Quinta touched me so many times to see if I was see-through. And I'm like, yeah, that's a weird thing. She does that around legends.
Carol, it's just the technology these days. You never know. Yeah, it was crazy. And I was just crying like a baby.
It was great, though.
Yeah.
You also, another honor, you received an honorary doctorate at Temple University.
I did. Yes, that's it. Yes. That was cool.
It's very fun to receive sort of an educational honor without having to go to class.
Well, I went to school for 3.5 years, so that...
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
But you never got to this place?
No, I didn't. I started working before I graduated, and that just kind of took over, and then my career started taking off, fortunately. But I always wanted to finish. I always wanted to get that degree for my mother.
That's right.
And so I was really happy to be able to get that, because nothing else mattered to her. When I won an Emmy, she was like, that's cute, let's get that degree, sister. So I was happy about this.
And when you came back with Temple, it was like, we knew you'd come crawling back.
Man, they knew I was about to get that degree from UCLA or something like that. So they said, look, I'm like, y'all to give me that degree before I bought it.
You said that was all that mattered to your mom. Your parents were not thrilled with the idea of you going to comedy.
No, they did not like this. They didn't want any part of this.
They
didn't like it.
Did you have to hide it from them?
I did. I would tell them that I was like doing anything except for comedy. I mean, I would be like, I'm going to stay at a boyfriend's. Other things that should have been a problem.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to smoke some weed on the corner. Really, I'm at improv doing yes and. It was really, they just didn't want any parts of it. They thought it was a career that leads to nothing.
I like the idea that somebody would say to them, like, our daughter's a drug addict. They're like, you think you got it bad. Ours is an improviser.
Kind of true. No.
You've had a lot of, you've done a lot of great things for Philadelphia. Obviously, it's a nice relationship with the city.
Yeah.
You've had a lot of Philadelphia guest stars.
I have.
Jason Kelce.
Yeah.
And you just saw him
I just saw him last night. Yeah,
Okay.
I saw him last night at Upfronts.
Yeah, so this was the sort of ABC Disney Upfronts. And this is a photo of Jason Kelce seeing you. I'm going to say he seemed happy to see you.
Yes.
Did you know how happy? Did you have any sense of how he would show his happiness?
I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is exactly how I think it would go.
Dude, guys, I am so short. I haven't been this high off the ground in so long.
This is higher than the clip we just showed.
No, it really was. This was insane. Look at that air.
Yeah.
He's like,
it's like you said to him, I'm trying to get to the balcony fast.
The last time I felt that way was on Tower of Terror, the Guardians of the Galaxy. I swear to you not, guys, my stomach went up and everything. But he did ask for consent. He was like, do you mind? I said, no, that's fine, but I still didn't know I'd be airborne.
Right.
I really didn't. Yeah, but he's so lovely. And he was a guest star on the show along with Jalen, and they were just wonderful additions to our season.
That's really great.
Yeah.
You are about to start, as we mentioned, the third season's wrapping up. You're about to start. You get a little bit of time off, and you go back into the writer's room. You're obviously not just the star of the show, you're a creator, tons of responsibilities.
Yeah.
Do you find that because you have this wonderful cast and it's this great ensemble, do you like writing for the other characters more than yourself? Do you give you more of a freedom as a writer?
I do.
Yeah.
I absolutely do. I like writing for yourself. I think is kind of hard. I think if you're not naturally like a narcissist, it's kind of hard to, and it's hard to just, I don't know, just be all about yourself. I really love writing for the character Ava, because she gets to say things that I wish I could say, I think. And there have been things I've said in the room that have turned into Ava's lines. Specifically, one time I told one of the writers, I said something, and they were like, that's not right. And I said, yeah, girl, I know, I just be saying, I was gonna curse. I just be saying stuff. But we turned into an Ava line, so I kind of have a lot in common with her. I love writing for Barbara. I like writing for every other character more than Janine.
And then does your staff know that it's their job to remind you at the end of the day, you also have to be in this show?
Absolutely.
You're like the sort of glue that holds it together.
Yes, I have turned in stories before our outlines, and, kind of ABC has been like, that's great. It's lacking in the main character of the show. I'm like, I don't see the problem. And I also like to nap. So I just try to find some time in there to nap.
That is, napping is so important.
I feel like I talked about naps last time I was here.
That's all right. They didn't get less important.
Yeah, you're right. And
I feel like not enough people are taking them, so we didn't get through to them.
Justice for naps, man.
Yeah, justice for naps. Be honest though, on a writer's day when you're actually in the room, how much of a nap do you need for it to be valuable, like time?
I don't get a nap.
Okay. But it could, so you can't, go grab, a 5-minute nap?
No.
Okay.
I'm not a baby. I can't get naps. No. Do you get naps?
No, I'm just saying, look, none of the things I say is right. I'm just saying stuff. Do I get naps? I don't get naps.
Are you Ava Coleman?
I am a little, yeah.
I don't get naps, but I like to get, I like to try to get rest. I took one yesterday.
Yeah.
I feel like I talk about naps so much. I want people to know I'm not just this sleepy girl.
But again, we've talked about your accomplishments. That was sort of the front half of this, and now we want to talk about how you also mail it in all the time.
Not true.
It's not true at all. Hey, we talked about your parents, but obviously they appreciate that you've succeeded at this thing. They must be incredibly proud of you.
They're very proud.
Are there people, through you and through your experiences that they've shared that they've been excited to meet?
I have introduced my mom to mad people, you guys, on FaceTime, including Patti LaBelle last week, which was really, really cool. Yes, she was so sweet and it was incredible. But you know who my mom freaked out over, dropped her phone?
Okay.
Young Sheldon.
Really? The kid?
I was with him at a WB mixer, and he's such a sweetie pie, by the way. Ian is incredible, very talented, very sweet. And, my mom, she loves the show. I know she loves it. And he wanted to, we took a picture. I said, you mind if I FaceTime my mom? This would make her day. I didn't know that it would make her day so hard that she would have to get a new phone. She was tearing up and crying, and it was so sweet. I've never seen her react that way for anyone. And he's, he's not 9. How old is he?
I don't know.
How old are kids? He's
in Hollywood, I feel like every kid in a Hollywood show is 32.
That's, But, she lost it over him. He's such a sweetie pie. And then when I took the phone back, she said, put Sheldon back on. And I was like, okay. So I did, but she freaked out over him.
This is another cool thing you have coming up, which proves the point that you do not take as many naps as I believe you deserve. You're going to do a new Cat in the Hat movie as well.
Yes,
That's
I'm
really
so
exciting.
excited about that. It's animated, guys. So, but that's super tight. Honestly, I think it's really going to be fire with your old castmate. Bill Hader.
Oh, well, there you go. That's he's the best in the
He's
biz.
the best.
He's the best
He's
in the
such a
biz.
sweetie pie, too.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed working with him.
Well,
so
that's
far.
very exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. It's
Thanks,
always
Seth. This is always the best.
the best of every season finale. Abbott Elementary airs May 22nd, ABC. Right back with Bobby Moynihan, everybody. Our next guest, a funny actor and comedian you know from his work on SNL and movies like The Secret Life of Pets, Monsters University, and Unfrosted. His latest movie, If, is in theaters May 17th. Please welcome back to the show my very good friend, Bobby Moynihan, everybody. Bobby!
How are you, man?
So good to have you here.
It's so good to be back. It's so nice.
Since the last time I've seen you, you've added a child. You have 2.
Correct. I decided to do that.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, thank you so much.
6 and 1.
6 and 1.
Are you enjoying your time with them so far?
I am. I
Okay.
am. It's wonderful. It's going really well.
Does the 6-year-old have any sense of what it is you do?
Just now, we took her to go see If a couple days ago, a little family and friends screening, and she got to meet a couple of the actors in the movie and was very like, the girl who plays young Bee, she was very excited to meet her. And when she sees me, she's just like...
Yeah. There's a lot of like famous voice work in this. You actually get to play a real person.
I'm a real boy.
You're a real boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a real boy in this.
And then but you obviously have to do a lot of work because this is a movie about imaginary friends.
It is.
So you're doing a lot of real pretending in the scenes.
Always.
Yes.
Yes. I play a guy named Jeremy who's having a really bad day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's Jeremy with his imaginary
Aw,
friend.
look at him.
And his bad day is he has a lot of
I
anxiety.
did not realize that thing was behind me until just now. I did not. This
That
is
is
news to me. I
shocking.
apologize.
I hate when people find out via art card.
I don't know what's more shocking, this or that Wally has a mustache.
By the way, Wally just showed up one day with a mustache. Didn't think he had to email the staff or anything.
What do you think of reckless behavior?
Reckless Wally.
Shame.
You know what the worst is? We said, you got to shave the mustache. And he goes, this is my imaginary friend.
And it's voiced by Chris Pratt.
And we all can hear it. It's bad. It's bad. And all it ever tells Wally is like, you need a raise. We're like, oh my God, tell your mustache to be quiet. Your character was very anxious about a job interview at 30 Rock, so that must have been very easy to plug into that.
Very, very much so. I was just saying to a couple people backstage, I get really filled with anxiety when I see the carpet in the elevator.
Yes.
Isn't that weird? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my trauma. No,
Yeah. I think the carpet in the elevator, I have the reaction to it that people have when they see the carpet in the movie The Shining. Like that's, it's that
1 billion
haunting-
%.
Yeah.
It's a pattern that
Yeah.
elicits a response.
Because I feel like how many years were you at the show in the end?
9.
So I was there for like more than, I was like 12 years.
I mean,
and
you want to
the
fight?
amount of times, is that?
Is this about to be...
Is that is more?
Yeah.
12 is more than 9. Yeah, so I was there longer. No, but like I was on the times that I was in the elevator going up where I had the feeling of like, yes. Or going down and being
Yeah.
like, yes.
I gotta go tell Gwyneth Paltrow she's a pirate. Just that feeling comes into.
You also were in the film Unfrosted. You got to play Chef Warrior.
Yes.
Casting.
Yes, thank you. I agree.
And you had a ravioli that was a puppet, so you got
Ravioli,
to act with a practical ravioli.
Yes, the same people that did Grogu on The Mandalorian made Eric the ravioli puppet. Both equally as adorable. I'd like to see them fight, to be honest.
You, is it true that you studied puppetry back in the day?
Is it true? I just became Anthony Crispino.
I had a really nice flashback
I took
to
a
my
bunch of puppetry classes at UConn, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Right, ladies?
Yeah. You mentioned Grogu,
Yes,
which I feel
did.
like you were setting me up for the transition. You're in the new Star Wars Lego show.
I am. Can you believe that? I'm a little Jedi.
And like Jedis always have like really cool name. Like Grogu is a perfect example, right? Like it's like only a name that could exist in sort of space in a galaxy far, far away.
It sounds mystical.
Yeah. So it must have been so exciting when you found out what your name was going to be.
Yeah, I'm Jedi Bob.
Jedi Bob.
Yeah, can you believe it?
Do they are they worried you're not gonna know it's you if they give you a different name?
No, it's like a reference. There's like a figure that came out in between Return of the Jedi. Like when the Star Wars movies weren't happening in that period between Jedi and Phantom Menace, Lego put out a figure just called Jedi, and Lego fans started calling it Jedi Bob.
Oh,
and now,
so it's a shout out to the fan base. I got you. Did you? I'm assuming how quickly after you played it did you go buy the?
I had it way before.
Okay.
Yeah.
You brought it to the audition.
Yeah, they were like, "There's this character Jedi," and I was like, "Bob, I got 4 of them. You want to buy one?"
I feel as though I know you enough to know the answer to this question, but when you play a character and there is merch for that character, how quickly do you get out and get the merch?
It's a problem.
Yeah.
I have Awesome's action figures.
Yeah, you were many voices on our animated series. Do is your 6-year-old? Does she think it's cool that her dad has a lot of stuff of people who played?
She thinks no, she does. Ben Schwartz is a really good friend of mine.
Yeah,
and,
the best.
Yeah, he's the greatest. And she likes that he is Sonic. She thinks like I'm friends with Sonic.
Sure, that's a cool thing of a kid to be.
Oh, very much so. And Ben was very kind enough to send over some Knuckles stuff. Shout out to Adam Pally, Knuckles. Great
the best,
stuff.
yeah.
And he sent over some Knuckles stuff. And Dorothy was like, "Can I send a message back to Sonic?"
Your daughter wanted to...
She wanted to send a message back to Sonic.
Okay, because Sonic had sent her some merch.
Yeah, had sent her like a sweatshirt, and like she likes putting on little Sonic sneakers and running around the house, but I think you have the message.
Now, we do, but before we play it, do you ask her to rehearse a couple times, or is this just like,
We were going to bed, she had the stuff on, she said, "Take a picture of this and tell Sonic I'm wearing it to bed." I did, I sent it, he said, "Aw." She said, "Now send him a message." And I went, "Okay," and I pressed record.
All right, so this is your 6-year-old talking to Sonic.
Sonic, I got your Nike kicks. You want to see? I'll send you a picture. I love you, Sonic. Good night. Have a fun day. My butt's on fire.
I like that she knew my butt's on fire. You can't follow that.
Yeah, no, out.
That's got to be last.
That's the out, yeah.
I know.
Unlike her father.
Yeah. You're also going to be in Inside Out 2 this summer.
Correct.
How about that? Another merch opportunity. Who will you be playing in Inside Out 2?
I play Forget Her Bobby. I was in the first movie as well.
So now this is the second time that they've given you a character with your own name.
Yeah, I'm realizing I play a lot of Bobby.
Jedi Bob, Forget Her Bobby.
It's not because of my range.
Come on. Chef Bobbardee.
Chef Bobbardee.
Who are you in If? What's your character's name in If?
Jeremy.
Oh, thank God.
Took me a second. It's just Jeremy. But my middle name is Bob.
Okay. Well, you always say, you're like, I know it's not in the script, but I do want you, the director, to know my middle name.
Before I audition, I say, "May I ask the middle name of the character?" "Oh, that's it? I'll take it."
It was a very exciting time to be Bobby Moynihan. It's very nice to have you back here.
Same here, man.
It does, having you in this building and sitting right here, it does remind me, you were, as I've said oftentimes, you were one of my favorite Update guests of all time. Anthony Crispino, Drunk Uncle.
The best
great Drunk
part,
Uncle.
where I felt most comfortable.
Yeah.
Easily.
Well, thank you for being here. I love seeing you. Love to your family, you guys. That's Bobby Moynihan.